if I'm gonna die or ever be a sacrifice, I want to make sure that my life made at least 5 million kids happy.
Years after his murder, X was allegedly caught chilling near his Parkland mansion, vibing at the Super Bowl and casually strolling the streets of Florida. But something about these sightings felt different. They seemed too convincing to ignore. Maybe he's really out there. I'll leave you to decide for yourself with these 10 times XXXTentacion was caught on camera. The Bermuda Triangle Mystery. Yo, our first alleged sighting takes us to the mysterious waters off the coast of Bermuda in August 2018. Just a couple months after XXXTentacion's official death, word on the street was that X had been found alive by local authorities, supposedly hiding somewhere in the Caribbean waters near that infamous Bermuda Triangle. The timing was mad crucial. The fans were still going through it, desperately searching for any sign that their boy might still be breathing. The story painted a wild picture. X had allegedly pulled off some elaborate escape plan, dipping out to Bermuda to dodge mounting legal pressure, including them domestic abuse charges and all the other drama that had been following him around. Some versions had him living low-key on a boat or some private island, far from the cameras and all them legal problems waiting for him back in Florida. The narrative even connected back to his 2017 stunt, where he staged a fake hanging for a music video, making believers think this could be another crazy move from the unpredictable artist. But here's where things get real interesting. The rumor apparently started from social media trolls, especially on X, which was Twitter back then. One viral post from August 22nd, 2018, had what looked like a legit CNN headline claiming rapper XXXTentacion found alive off coast of Bermuda, said local authorities. But when eager fans clicked that link, they got hit with something completely different. An ad for home appliances followed by some random comedy skit. It was straight up trolling, designed to play with the emotions of grieving fans just for clicks and engagement. Despite zero credible evidence, no official word from Bermudan authorities, no verified photos or videos, and no confirmation from his family or estate, the rumor spread like crazy through the hood and online. Online discussions started connecting X's supposed survival to bigger conspiracy theories, similar to the ones around Tupac, who made people still believe faked his death and bounced to Cuba. Fans pointed to supposed inconsistencies in the official story, like the lack of visible blood and leaked crime scene footage, arguing these pointed to a staged situation. The rumor eventually died down as more solid details about the murder trial came out, but it left its mark on how the community processed grief in the digital age. The Bermuda sighting had folks imagining exotic getaways, but this next alleged appearance brought X even closer to home, right to one of America's biggest stages. Super Bowl appearance in disguise. Fast forward to February 2019, and rumors started popping up that XXXTentacion was spotted alive at Super Bowl Lee in Atlanta's Mercedes-Benz Stadium, which was a whole different vibe from them remote hideaway theories. This was the game where the New England Patriots played the Los Angeles Rams, with Maroon 5 doing the halftime show. The boldness of this claim was wild, that X would be brave enough to pull up to such a major event, surrounded by over 75,000 people, and millions watching on TV worldwide. According to believers, blurry crowd footage from the broadcast showed X in the stands, probably rocking a hoodie or fitted cap to hide his face, just blending in with the massive crowd. The theory suggested he picked the Super Bowl because of his known love for football. He'd been vocal about his passion for the game and had even donated to youth sports programs when he was alive. Some versions claimed he was there to scout talent or link up with industry people on the low, all while supposedly running his empire from the shadows, especially since his posthumous album Skins had just dropped around that time. This particular sighting gained crazy traction through social media, with content making rounds throughout February and July of 2019. On Reddit, especially in the r/XXXTentacion community, threads popped up, calling out these claims as straight clickbait, with users passionately telling others to report the misleading content for violating guidelines. Comment sections turned into full-on debates between hopeful fans, saying stuff like, "This giving me chills, maybe he really out there," and skeptics dismissing it all as desperate wishful thinking from people who couldn't let go. Despite the complete lack of real evidence, no security reports from the event, no clear footage matching his distinctive face tats and features, and absolutely zero eyewitness accounts from them 75,000 people in attendance, the rumor kept circulating in conspiracy circles for months. Experts said the sightings were just pareidolia, where people see familiar patterns in random images, especially in crowded, grainy footage. The rumor ultimately showed how misinformation spreads in fan communities, where viral content preys on vulnerability just for attention and clout. The Super Bowl theory had X hiding in plain sight among thousands, but this next sighting claimed he'd gone completely ghost to a spot even more isolated. Isolated island drone discovery. Around 2020, right in the middle of the COVID pandemic, when everybody was glued to their phones and laptops, claims started circulating that high-definition drone footage had accidentally caught XXXTentacion living on the low on some unnamed remote island, possibly somewhere in the Caribbean or Pacific, thousands of miles from his Florida stomping grounds. The narrative was super elaborate. Believers theorized that X had orchestrated a whole escape to this isolated spot to dodge not only his pending legal drama, including them serious domestic violence charges from 2016, but also to get away from the intense spotlight and potential threats from ops in the rap game. The story painted him as a modern-day hermit, drawing inspiration from his own introspective bars about mental health struggles and his desire for peace, themes that ran deep throughout his album 17, where he kept it real about feeling alienated and wanting to disappear from the public eye. Fans who bought into this theory imagined him living completely off-grid, keeping things simple, maybe even still making beats in some makeshift studio on the island, with the drone footage serving as supposed proof that he was still alive and well 2 years after his reported death. The rumor's origins traced back to social media discussions that popped up throughout mid-2020, perfectly playing into that era's obsession with drone technology and viral found footage content that was blowing up on platforms at the time. Claims circulated showing aerial shots of a figure resembling him, matching his height, them signature dreads and visible tats, walking along some secluded beach or moving through thick tropical foliage. These clips would zoom in dramatically on questionable shadows or distant silhouettes. The pandemic context was perfect for this rumor to blow up, as millions of people stuck at home were falling down conspiracy rabbit holes, drawing comparisons to Elvis Presley's alleged island hideaways, or theories about Michael Jackson's rumored post-death travels to random spots. However, despite all the hype and viral spread, no authentic drone footage ever actually surfaced beyond manipulated clips and recycled stock footage. His family publicly shut down such rumors during interviews around the release of posthumous projects, emphasizing the pain they caused and urging fans to honor his memory the right way. Remote island sightings had X living like a castaway, but this next alleged appearance suggested he was actually testing the waters of public life in the most brazen way possible. Caught on live television broadcast. September 2020 brought perhaps one of the boldest claims yet, that XXXTentacion was caught on a live TV broadcast, suggesting he wasn't just surviving in secret, but also actively, maybe even recklessly, stepping into highly public spaces and potentially risking exposure on national television just over 2 years after his murder. This particular sighting centered on alleged appearances caught in the background of various live segments, everything from major news broadcasts and popular daytime talk shows to entertainment programs, where eagle-eyed viewers claimed a figure resembling him got caught on camera. Proponents of this theory argued hard that this proved his death was nothing more than an elaborate, carefully orchestrated setup, possibly designed to help him escape the dangerous cycle plaguing hip-hop culture, or maybe to orchestrate a dramatic comeback with maximum shock value, echoing his controversial 2017 fake death stunt that went viral on Instagram and had everybody talking. The timing lined up perfectly with a wave of posthumous releases, including high-profile features on tracks with major artists like Lil Wayne, leading passionate fans to speculate wildly that he was secretly running his whole empire from the cut. This rumor blew up across social media, with content creators breaking down clips from various broadcasts, ranging from serious CNN news reports to casual MTV specials, dramatically slowing down footage, digitally enhancing grainy images, and circling supposedly suspicious figures. One particularly popular variant claimed he appeared during a live remote broadcast from Florida, specifically near the exact spot where his shooting went down, adding a layer of dark irony and fueling elaborate ideas of him somehow playing with authorities or sending coded messages to his day ones. The appeal of this particular sighting was mainly in its accessibility. Literally anybody watching TV at the crib could potentially spot him themselves, tapping directly into the psychological phenomenon of pareidolia, where grief-stricken fans desperately started seeing his likeness in everyday faces and random strangers, much much like the countless post-death sightings reported over the decades of other cultural icons. However, video forensic experts quickly identified the supposed proof as nothing more than cleverly edited content or simple cases of mistaken identity with lookalikes, and no broadcasters ever stepped forward to confirm any such mysterious appearances actually happened on their shows. Live TV sightings suggested X was playing games with the media, but this next claim brought the search back to where it all started, his home state of Florida. Hiding in plain sight in Florida. January 2021 brought us back to familiar territory with rumors that XXXTentacion was spotted hiding right in Florida, specifically in or around the Miami area, where he had mad deep roots, emerging as part of a persistent wave of conspiracy theories that straight refused to die even 3 full years after his confirmed death in June 2018. This particular sighting painted a surprisingly regular, yet somehow compelling picture of the rapper living a deliberately low-key life in careful seclusion within his home state, maybe tucked away in a quiet residential block or posted up in a discreetly rented spot somewhere on the outskirts of Miami-Dade County, successfully staying under the radar by simply blending into everyday surroundings. Fans and dedicated theorists speculated heavily that he had specifically chosen Florida for its familiarity. After all, he was born in Plantation and had spent most of his come-up years in Broward County, including significant time in Parkland after he blew up, making it a perfectly logical hideout where he could stay close to family, manage his estate discreetly behind the scenes, and avoid the intense international scrutiny that more exotic escape theories to places like Bermuda would bring. The narrative suggested he was mainly motivated by a desperate desire to escape the escalating dangers of his increasingly volatile lifestyle, including beef with other artists and them ongoing legal battles over serious domestic violence allegations that were still technically unresolved when he died. This rumor gained its initial momentum through a combination of leaked photos and anonymous social media posts that surfaced throughout early January 2021, during a period when the whole world was still dealing with COVID lockdowns, leading to dramatically heightened online activity and people spending mad hours diving into conspiracy theories. Blurry, grainy images started circulating rapidly on platforms like Instagram and Reddit, supposedly showing a figure resembling X, complete with similar styled dreads, matching build, and subtle glimpses of what appeared to be his distinctive tats, captured from a distance in a nondescript Florida suburb. These photos were almost always accompanied by dramatic captions, claiming they were taken by a reliable source, or a fan who just happened to be in the right spot at the right time, with details like him wearing a face mask, which made sense during the pandemic, to further hide his identity. The emotional pull of this Florida hiding theory stemmed directly from fans' deep reluctance to let their boy go. X's music was incredibly raw and vulnerable, dealing extensively with themes of pain, redemption, and isolation in albums like That dropped posthumously, creating such a powerful bond that imagining him alive and healing somewhere familiar offered comfort amid 2021's chaos. However, the sighting was comprehensively debunked. No credible law enforcement or media outlets corroborated the photos, and forensic analysis revealed them as cleverly edited composites or images of random lookalikes. Florida hiding spots suggested X was staying close to his roots, but this next sighting took things to an even more personal level, right outside his own crib. Fan encounter near his former home. June 2024 brought us one of the most interactive and emotionally charged alleged sightings yet. XXXTentacion supposedly spotted near his former crib in Florida while actively encountering and engaging with fans, representing a dramatically more personal and intimate twist in the ongoing saga of reported post-death appearances. This claim suggested not just survival, but also a surprising willingness to actually engage directly with the public, even 6 full years after his tragic murder. The sighting centered specifically on eyewitness accounts and several short video clips that supposedly showed the rapper walking casually along a sidewalk or quiet street adjacent to his old Parkland residence, where he'd been living in the months right before his death, briefly but meaningfully acknowledging passing fans in their whips who instantly recognized him. Descriptions of the encounter varied quite a bit, but they almost always included vivid details of him dressed in comfortable casual gear, like an oversized hoodie and fitted jeans, with clearly visible tats on his arms and neck, and a demeanor that perfectly matched his well-known laid-back yet intense personality, casually waving or nodding in that characteristic way as excited fans shouted his name enthusiastically or blasted his emotional music from their car speakers. Theorists saw this as compelling evidence of him actually living somewhere nearby, perhaps in a property quietly managed by his estate, motivated by a deep desire to reconnect with his roots and his loyal fan base amid the steady release of archival material and meaningful anniversaries that continued keeping his memory alive. This particular sighting absolutely blew up in popularity through TikTok videos that went massively viral starting around June 12, 2024, coinciding eerily with the anniversary week of his 2018 death on June 18th, creating an incredibly emotional and charged atmosphere online. Clips with attention-grabbing titles showed grainy but seemingly authentic footage of a figure resembling him strolling casually outside, with clearly visible fans in a car reacting with pure excitement, honking their horn frantically, or yelling heartfelt phrases like LLJ, which stands for Long Live Jase, his commonly used tribute among devoted fans. The proximity to his former home added a significant layer of credibility for believers, as Parkland and the surrounding Broward County areas were so extensively documented in his life story, from his challenging upbringing to his charitable work throughout the community before his death. However, closer investigation revealed critical flaws. Many of these viral videos were actually repurposed pre-2018 footage from June 12, 2018, mere days before his actual death, deliberately misrepresented as current content, or they featured dedicated impersonators participating in anniversary tribute events. Home encounters suggested intimate, personal sightings, but this next alleged appearance took X back to where he truly belonged, in the heart of the music scene. Backstage at a 2024 concert. The year 2024 brought us yet another wild chapter in this ongoing saga. Rumors that XXXTentacion was spotted at a concert, potentially backstage in restricted areas or cleverly mingling in the crowd at a hip-hop event, suggesting he had not only somehow survived his 2018 murder, but was also actively and boldly re-engaging with the vibrant music scene that had so thoroughly defined his short but impactful life. This claim often specifically placed him in major urban hotspots like Los Angeles, a city with incredibly deep ties to rap culture and history, where he had previously performed during his explosive revenge tour way back in 2017, adding what seemed like a reasonable layer of plausibility for believers who could easily envision him skillfully slipping into packed venues undetected amid the chaos of massive crowds and dim lighting. According to various descriptions from supposed eyewitnesses, common threads in these accounts included sightings of a mysterious figure with his signature colorful dreads partially hidden strategically under a low-fitted cap or beanie, his distinctive face tats glimpsed briefly in flashing strobing stage lights, and his notably slender build moving with that confident, unmistakable swagger that was so clearly visible in his old concert footage from his touring days. Theorists argued passionately that this appearance aligned perfectly with his well-documented history of surprise shows and spontaneous fan interactions, like that absolutely chaotic Miami event in April 2017 that infamously ended in a riot, proposing he had elaborately faked his death primarily to escape the mounting pressures of intense fame, serious legal troubles, including them witness tampering charges, and dangerous industry beef that had significantly escalated after the massive success of his breakout hit, Look at Me, in 2017. The rumor's momentum built significantly through TikTok trends that proliferated throughout mid-2024, particularly concentrated around the emotionally charged June 18th anniversary of his death, when organized memorial events naturally heightened emotional stakes and brought his memory flooding back to the forefront of fans' minds. Viral TikToks expertly compiled supposedly fan-submitted clips from various concerts, skillfully overlaying dramatically zoomed-in crowd shots with bright red arrows pointing directly to suspicious individuals, all carefully set to remixes of his biggest hits like the melancholic Sad or the tender Changes, to deliberately evoke powerful feelings of nostalgia and desperate hope. These claims often made specific references to events such as the XXXTentacion Memorial Concert held on June 18, 2024 at the 1720 venue in Los Angeles, where hundreds of devoted attendees gathered for a charitable water drive in his honor. Despite the considerable buzz, the rumor was systematically debunked as nothing more than a mix of misidentified lookalikes and recycled footage from his actual 2017 tours, with absolutely no verified accounts from event organizers or venue security. Concert sightings brought X back to the stage symbolically, but this next claim suggested something far more shocking, that he never really left his crib at all. The shocking mansion encounter. April 2025 delivered what many fans considered the most intimate and personal alleged sighting yet, the so-called shocking house encounter that claimed XXXTentacion was spotted inside or immediately near a house in a suburban area, possibly his former luxurious parkland mansion or a similar property somewhere in Florida, in a scenario that involved supposed witnesses claiming to catch him through a window or briefly appearing at the front door, adding an incredibly voyeuristic and deeply intimate twist to the survival theories a full 7 years after his confirmed death. This particular claim portrayed him as living a deliberately reclusive, almost hermit-like domestic life, perhaps in the very same crib he had purchased for a substantial $1.4 million in 2018, as a symbol of stability and normalcy amid the chaos that had defined so much of his career, which was marked by multiple arrests, ongoing legal battles, and intense public scrutiny. Eyewitness narratives that circulated online described in vivid detail a figure perfectly matching his description, with clearly tattooed arms visible as he moved about inside the house, his signature dreads tied back casually, engaging in completely mundane, everyday activities like cooking in the kitchen or gaming in what appeared to be a gaming room, evoking powerful memories of his pre-death vlogs, where he generously shared intimate glimpses of his everyday home life with his devoted fans. Believers in this theory theorized that this shocking encounter proved definitively that he had successfully faked his demise to completely resolve ongoing issues, including those serious domestic abuse allegations from 2016 that had relentlessly haunted him right up until his death, allowing him to retreat into comfortable privacy while his dedicated estate efficiently handled impressive releases like the Juice WRLD remix of Whoa, Mind and Awe that dropped in May 2025. This rumor surfaced most prominently on TikTok and Reddit throughout early April 2025, a time when passionate discussions about his house naturally resurfaced online amid renewed interest in architectural features and legacy reflections following various anniversary tributes. Content circulated that detailed, dramatic, almost cinematic stories of drive-by sightings or supposedly catching glimpses through windows with sensational captions like "Shocking Encounter, XXXTentacion alive in his old house," going absolutely viral for their compelling storytelling, often including professionally narrated recreations or AI-enhanced images that made the claim seem more credible. Reddit posts from February 2025 had already been asking about who currently lived in his Parkland crib, with users actively speculating that his aunt still resided there, which naturally evolved by April into wild claims of spotting him during supposed family visits or casual neighborhood walks. The house itself became absolutely central to the entire narrative, described in various articles as his final sanctuary, with impressive modern features like a dedicated gaming room and beautiful pool, symbolizing his desperate search for peace before that fatal shooting. However, the claim was systematically dismissed as likely AI-generated content or simple misinterpretations, lacking any credible verification, with family members firmly denying such events occurred. The mansion encounter suggested a domestic life in hiding, but this next sighting placed X at one of the biggest sporting events of the year. Courtside at the NBA Finals. June 2025 brought us perhaps the most recent and high-profile alleged sighting, claims that XXXTentacion was spotted alive at the NBA Finals, bringing a thrilling high-energy, celebrity sports crossover element to the enduring conspiracy theories about his survival. This claim specifically tied to the 2025 NBA Finals, the championship series between the Western Conference champion Oklahoma City Thunder and the Eastern Conference champion Indiana Pacers, which culminated in a dramatic, nail-biting Game 7 victory for the Thunder on June 19, 2025, marking their first championship since relocating from Seattle and creating one of the most memorable moments in recent basketball history. Fans and theorists claim that blurry videos and grainy photos from the arena, likely Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis for Pacers home games, or Paycom Center in Oklahoma City, showed a mysterious figure resembling X in the stands or walking through crowded concourse areas, perhaps smartly disguised with a combination of a hoodie, dark shades, and a face mask, cheering enthusiastically amid the massive crowd of over 20,000 excited spectators. Descriptions emphasized his alleged enthusiasm during pivotal moments, like when Shai Gilgeous-Alexander made clutch plays, or during Tyrese Halliburton's efforts before his devastating Achilles injury revelation that came out after the series ended. Believers linked this supposed sighting to X's well-documented love for basketball. He had been a vocal and passionate fan of teams like the Miami Heat and had often referenced sports reports throughout his social media posts and bars, such as in freestyle sessions, where he skillfully blended athletic metaphors with his deeply personal struggles. The rumor's origins can be pinpointed precisely to social media buzz starting around June 6, 2025, when the series began, with fans meticulously analyzing supposed fan-submitted footage from Game 7, dramatically zooming in on crowd shots that were broadcast on major networks ABC and ESPN, and making bold claims that the mysterious figure's tats and distinctive posture perfectly matched archival footage of X at major events like his legendary 2017 Rolling Loud performance. Social media tied the sighting to broader narratives, such as alleged inconsistencies in the murder case and the convenient timing of posthumous music drops, including the May 30th, 2025, highly anticipated remix of Whoa, Mind in Awe, featuring fellow late rapper Juice WRLD. TikTok and Reddit communities amplified the rumor exponentially, with creative users making edits that overlaid X's most emotional music on dramatic finals highlights, speculating wildly that he was possibly in Indianapolis, the smaller, less scrutinized market that seemed to fit a deliberately low-profile vibe, or perhaps Oklahoma City, drawn by the compelling underdog stories of both teams fighting for glory. However, stadium footage reviews conducted by fact-checkers showed the supposedly suspicious figure as nothing more than a common lookalike, with absolutely no security logs or official confirmations from arena staff. The NBA Finals sighting suggested X was enjoying life's biggest moments, but this next and most recent claim brings us right up to the present day. Casual stroll through the streets. The most recent alleged sighting brings us to November 2025, with rumors that XXXTentacion was spotted walking casually in public, representing one of the most grounded and seemingly mundane iterations of the alive theories. This claim suggested that over 7 full years after his murder, he was recently seen strolling through an urban or suburban setting, possibly along familiar Florida streets, through peaceful parks, or near familiar spots like Miami or Broward County, going about everyday life as if nothing had ever happened. This sighting painted a surprisingly normal picture of daily life, with descriptions of him dressed in relaxed gear like comfortable joggers and a simple snapback, his distinctive walk and partial tats clearly visible to those who looked closely enough, maybe casually grabbing coffee at a local spot or simply enjoying a peaceful walk through his old neighborhood. Theorists suggested this recent public outing signaled growing confidence in his supposed new life, motivated by a need to break free from what they imagined were years of stifling seclusion, following the elaborately staged death that they believed was designed to help him dodge threats from industry ops, or finally resolve lingering legal issues from his 2017 witness tampering charges and that domestic violence case, which were dropped posthumously but had severely damaged his public reputation. Dedicated fans creatively tied this alleged walking sighting to his introspective bars and deeply emotional songs like Everybody Dies in Their Nightmares, interpreting the casual walk as a powerful metaphor for rebirth and new beginnings, especially amid 2025's releases, such as the July 11th anniversary track The Way, featuring Juice WRLD, which some interpreted as coded messages, hinting at his continued presence. Emerging around early November 2025, the rumor spread rapidly via TikTok and X posts featuring supposed proof clips, grainy cell phone footage of a lookalike figure walking casually, often dramatically set to his most popular music, with bold captions like XXXTentacion spotted walking alive in 2025, gaining significant traction amid renewed interest in his enduring legacy. The timing aligned perfectly with ongoing cultural reflections and debates, including his Wikipedia updates noting over 2.1 billion Spotify streams for his mega hit Sad by 2024, extending impressively into 2025, which devoted fans viewed as impossible to achieve without his direct personal input, significantly amplifying the rumor's viral spread among his core demographic of young listeners who remain deeply drawn to his themes of alienation and emotional vulnerability. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed watching this video, click on one of the boxes playing on your screen to watch more similar content.